Hello and welcome to Dave the Suit Betting. This is a horses for the notebook video. I used to do this every week on a Sunday during the flat season. There's not as many hard luck stories on the national hunt, and we've also got the all weather to go at. I've got 3 horses for the notebook today. One's a hurdler, and the other 2 are on the all-weather. Here's the first one. This is a 2-mile novice hurdle at Chepstow. So this is 2-mile novice hurdle at Chepstow on soft ground. A horse we're interested in is the one in the pale blue cap with the pale blue stripe. There we are. Let's watch the race. So it's got a noseband on, so it should be easy to spot. And they're off, and he's in last. So jumps very, very novice-y. So there he is on the rail in last, completely held up. So this is the second hurdle. Again, it jumps it as though its beaches broke far too long in the air. And then it almost trips over that. Again, too much daylight between the horse and the hurdle. Let's see what he does here. Skipped over that nicely. So he's still at the rear coming round the bend. Jumped that very nicely, relatively quickly. He's got an absolute ton of horse under him. Looks as though he can pick these up any time. Again, a little bit too high at the hurdles. Now he just pushes it a little bit. It's hanging a bit. But again, what's the jockey playing at? Again, a bit slow at the hurdle, bit too much daylight, hesitant, and he just pushes it out in its own time. And there he is, barely got out of breath there. Well, it looked as though at any time it could have taken up the lead and won, and it didn't. And I put that down as a winner waiting to happen next time. Here's its excuses for not winning from the jockey. So this was the race. It was 13-8 favourite Farland. Let's have a look at the result. Well, look at the excuses here. Look at the excuses. Harry Cobden for Paul Nicholls. Oh, so the jockey said he was instructed to settle the inexperienced gelding quietly. However, the moderate pace didn't help him switch off, and he hung badly left throughout. Despite this, he managed to improve his position approaching the leaders. Under pressure, the gelding stayed on one rein, hanging persistently left. I thought it was right, actually. Near the final hurdle, Peso, which was placed 4th, drifted into his line, so he eased up to avoid contact, accepting 3rd place as best possible outcome. He refrained from pushing hard in the final stretch. He never pushed hard any time, finishing 6 lengths behind the second. He felt the gelding would benefit from a step up in trip, a more truly run race, and a continuous running rail. You want everything, sunshine. The vet reported gelding to be post-race normal, other than exhibiting a sore mouth with splits evident in both corners. Right, obviously when a jockey passes his apprenticeship or her apprenticeship, they must give him a book of excuses thicker than a dictionary. I've never heard the one about needs a continuous running rail. That must be towards the back of the book. Anyway, it actually ran since at Farland over 2.5 miles this time. The jockey said it needed further. Here's the race. So this is its next run at Farland. It's got the extra 1/2 mile here, but it is Farland. It's a much easier track, much easier course, and again is in last, approaching the first hurdle. And there he is in last on the rail, hugging the rail. You'd think it was a 7 furlong race at Wolverhampton, hugging the rail. There he is. Jumped that nicely. Nice pushing. Giving it a crack there. Didn't jump that very well. Jinked left. I think this is too far. This looks too far for it. Oh, he jumped over that too high again. He's staying on through beaten horses, I would say. There he is. Almost second, but actually third. I mean, what can I say? I don't know if it's an awkward ride. It looked a little bit awkward. It's inexperienced. Is it running green? It looks, on its first run, to have bags and bags of potential. It may be a late maturer. It may be a very slow learner. I've met a few of those in my life. But anyway, Farland, one for the notebook. I think a faster run 2 miles might suit it better at a stiffer track. They tried it over the 2.5 mile. Did it stay on? Did it just go past beaten horses? Hard to tell. But I think a faster run race at a stiffer track might suit 2 mile, 2.224, whatever they come up with. So that's Farland. Okay, my next horse was sent in by Neil Gobing. This is a 1 mile race on the all-weather at Chelmsford. Here's the race. 1 mile at Chelmsford. The horse is number 9, drawn 11, and it's in the green colours with the red cap. Let's watch the race.
Racing.
Turn him off. So there he is. It's come out of 11. Not an ideal draw, really. They come across here. And he looks to be basically in last. Second to last. They bend pretty sharpish. And there we go. Okay, we got 4 to run, and he's on the inside, next to last. 3 to run, coming round the bend. He's hugging the rail. This is how far he is behind. Okay, we're coming onto the home straight. And he's got nowhere to go, has he? So he stopped riding there, slightly checked up, came off the rail. He's looking for somewhere. He's looking. There's nowhere. Oh, there's nowhere for him to go. Squeezes through a little bit. There's still nowhere for him to go. Checked up. And then, well, stays on a little bit so. So that he had a bit of trouble in running there. You could see didn't have an ideal draw. It had 2 runs after a 233-day break. Then it had a 71-day break, and that was its first run. It's only a 3-year-old. It is low-grade stuff. It really is. But it should be winning. It should be winning very soon, I think. It wasn't beaten far, and I think there's definitely a win in Cherry King. Get it in the notebook. A mile, I think, is okay. Maybe even extended 9 at Wolverhampton. But it looks like it can pick up a low-grade race very soon. Okay, my third one, so as not to make this video too long, was sent in by Nicholas Scott. And it's called Rhythm Master. Now, I put a selection out in the week. Line of War, which ran a blinder. Put it out at 8-1. It came third. It was beaten by Kazakh in a 0-90 race at Southwell. Now, Rhythm Master came out of the 1 draw. It should have been all right from there. But Paul Mulrennan, who was on it for Jeff Harker, he just ran a funny race on it. Then it seemed to stay on and on the far side, not that far off the rail. So Rhythm Master, put it in the notebook. Go and have a look at the race. Rhythm Master. It ran off 88 in a 0-98. I think it's got a win in it very soon. Here's the winter all-weather season. Yeah, it can pick one up, and you might catch it at a decent price. So that's it. I won't be putting this out every week because I'm not getting as many in. I don't think there are as many meetings where you get the hard luck stories, and the national hunt, it's barely started really. So I'm going to try and make this maybe once a month. So, horses for the notebook. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. I'm putting this video out to come out at 10 AM on a Sunday morning. I'll be at the seaside. I hope you're all having a good weekend. This is Dave the Sue. Bye for now.